Hi, I'm PJ, longtime Kansas Cityan and lover of Ultimate. Today we will be covering the fundamentals of throwing. This is the forehand. The grip is what we will cover right now for the forehand. And this one, it can be thrown a lot of different ways. Sometimes you'll see it with 3 fingers, with 2 fingers. Today we're going to learn the elite grip, which is, if we can get started on the right page, this is what the majority of the best throwers in the world will use in their grips. So we have two fingers, your index and your middle on your dominant throwing hand. That's my right. So we'll put that on the inside edge of the disc. Your thumb will be on top, and you're just going to pinch on the inside of your thumb to the disc. Okay. As you're throwing with this motion, okay, this disc will be rolling off the inside of your middle finger. Okay. You just want it to kind of spin off. And we'll talk about how to generate some greater distance with your torso and with your shoulders. But for now, the grip, it's medium pressure here. We're not over pinching, and it's not light either. Okay, we want to be able to generate some serious torque here, and the only contact we're having with the disc is through the grip. So it's important that we're holding it tight. The base of the forehand is just as critical as the backhand. Just like the backhand, the forehand, you can step out directly to the side and have a nice throw, okay? So again, you're not getting too over your front foot, you're not staying too over your back foot. You should be able to draw a line straight from your body down to the ground, and that's where your weight is going to maintain. The further out you get, the harder it is to generate power. So oftentimes, just to start, you're going to want to step out just a nice moderate step to the side and throw. In order to increase distance, you can step forward, and what you want to do is throw your weight into that step, and you want to use your landing foot, which again is going to be the same foot as the one you're throwing with here. So if you're left hand, you're going to step with your left. I'm right-handed, step with my right. I'm going to throw my weight forward, I'm going to push back with my foot, okay? And then I'm going to generate that velocity through my turn of my shoulders and through holding the disc in that IO position. Again, that IO stands for inside out. And you'll be able to really cut through the wind in the air by doing that. You're generating power not just with your wrist, but with your shoulder turn, okay? Some players you'll see, they get this arm up, and that helps them kind of clear that space and create that power. Other ways that you create power is with your hips, okay? This ability to turn with your hips, okay? So with these basic throws, you can stay open and you can generate a lot of maybe 15, 20-yard throw just with your wrist and with your arms. The more you get into exploring those longer distance throws, you're gonna wanna then kind of use your hips and your shoulders to help you with that distance. We just covered off some basics of the throwing motion. Okay, the 2 things that we wanna focus on right now are when you do throw, okay, you want your forearm to finish toward the sky. Okay, so when you throw, that forearm right there is pointed upwards after you release the disc. Okay, on the backhand, we want it pointed down. So a nice rule of thumb there to consider. And the second is when you are throwing, just like the backhand, we want to focus on our receiver. So when we're throwing, we want to keep our eyes downfield so we can maintain visual contact with who we're throwing to. This is especially important in the game of Ultimate. If a defender decides to jump in that lane, we want to be able to see that, hold off, and make a different decision. When you are out throwing, be as specific as you can with where you are throwing it. It's not enough to just throw it to a specific area. We want to pick a shoulder, we want to pick the head, the torso, because that's going to help us improve as players, dialing it in. I'll give you an example here. When you are playing in the sport of Ultimate, you might have a defender that's on the inside shoulder of your receiver. It's important not just to throw it to your receiver, but to throw it to that outside shoulder. So the more specific you can be in practice, the better you're going to be in a game time situation. Now we're going to throw some forehands. Specifically what to watch for is the balance when you pivot, when you finish your motion, having that forearm point up, the bottom of it point up toward the sky, and lastly, having that disc feel like it's rolling off that inside of the middle finger.